The forest had always been a place of whispered legends and shadowy fears for the residents of Greywood. Nestled on the outskirts of town, the dense trees stretched endlessly, their twisted branches casting sinister silhouettes under the moonlight. No one dared venture too deep into its dark heart, especially after sunset, when the woods seemed to come alive with whispers and shadows that moved just out of sight. It was late October, and the air was thick with the scent of damp leaves and coming winter. A tight-knit group of 4 friends, Emma, Lucas, Sarah, and Jake, had always been curious about the stories. Tales of strange creatures lurking beyond the safety of the town's edge, of glowing eyes watching from the woods, and of eerie sounds that haunted the night. As Halloween approached, their curiosity grew irresistible. What if it's all just stories? Sarah challenged, her voice trembling with excitement and nerves. Maybe it's just animals or the wind. They say some things aren't animals, Jake whispered, glancing nervously at the dark woods. Like cryptids. Creatures nobody really studies or believes in. Maybe they're real and hiding in those trees. Emma, always practical but prone to adventurous streaks, grinned. Let's find out. Just a quick trip into the woods. No one has to know. We'll go just past the old fallen oak. According to local legend, that's where you might see something strange. Lucas hesitated but nodded. Are you guys serious? We could get lost. Or worse. Come on, Emma said, gently nudging him toward hesitant agreement. It's Halloween. Don't you want a story to tell? That night, they met at the edge of the woods, flashlights in hand and hearts pounding with mix of fear and thrill. The full moon cast an ethereal glow, illuminating the tangled underbrush. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the crunch of leaves under their feet. As they moved deeper, the woods closed in around them. Shadows danced at the edge of their vision, and every snap of a branch made them jump. After 20 minutes, they reached a clearing dominated by a massive, fallen oak. Its ancient roots twisted and gnarled like the claws of a beast. They paused, catching their breath, daring each other to go further. Suddenly, Sarah's flashlight flickered and went out. Great, she muttered, trying to switch it back on. The others' lights flickered as well, as if something was draining their batteries. Then, they heard it, a low, guttural growl that seemed to echo from all directions. Emma's eyes widened. Did you hear that? Run, Lucas blurted, voice shaky. But before anyone could move, a chilling silence settled. Then, a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the shadows, eyeing them like a predator stalking prey. They shimmered with an unnatural pale light, and suddenly, the beast stepped into view, tall, hunched, with fur that looked like it was made of shadows, rippling under the moonlight. Its face was wolf-like but elongated, with jagged teeth and a snout that seemed to stretch impossibly long. The creature's eyes fixed on them, burning with an intelligence that was cold and menacing. A low, rumbling growl vibrated in its throat as it inched closer, its claws scraping the ground. The group froze, paralyzed with terror. Emma remembered the stories, the warnings. Cryptids like this weren't just figments of imagination. They were real, and they were dangerous. Run, now, Emma shouted, grabbing Lucas's arm. They turned and bolted through the woods. Branches whipped at their faces, roots tripped them, but they didn't dare look back. Every crashing step sounded like the beast's pursuit behind them. Their shouts echoed as they pushed forward, adrenaline surging through their veins. Suddenly, the woods opened onto the edge of town. They burst out into the familiar gravel path, gasping for breath. The creature's roar faded into the distance, replaced by the hush of the night. They didn't speak much on the walk back, each haunted by the image of those glowing eyes and the creature's elongated snout. When they finally reached Emma's house, they vowed never to talk about what they saw, at least not to anyone who would dismiss it as nonsense. But over the next few days, strange things began to happen. Whispers haunted their dreams, strange footprints appeared near their homes, long, paw-like impressions that disappeared at the edges, as if the creature had been watching them from the shadows. Emma, who had been the most skeptical, found herself seeing flickers of shadow darting between trees whenever she was alone. Lucas reported hearing deep growls when he was out late. Sarah swore she saw the glowing eyes from their night in the woods reflecting in her bedroom window. One by one, they felt the presence threaten to consume their quiet town. And they realized that in their curiosity, they had awakened something ancient and feral, something that did not want to be seen, nor to be disturbed. That Halloween night had only been the beginning. The woods of Greywood had offered a secret, and now, that secret was hunting them, lurking just beyond the edges of their perception, waiting patiently for the next moonlit night to reveal itself once more.